Hey, it's Zlat, and this is another bit laid back, unscripted video about music. In this video, we're gonna talk about the album Dictator from the band Scars on Broadway. This album could be considered the quote-unquote lost System of a Down album because most of the songs were written for System of a Down by Daron Malakian, who is the band's guitarist and second singer. In this band is basically his solo project. And since Serge wasn't willing to record new music, he used some of the riffs on this album. So if you're a fan of System of a Down and you're looking to new music similar to SOAD to listen to, definitely watch this video and check out the album because you may very well like it. The album was released in 2018, and now we're gonna do a bit of analysis slash review of the album, going over all of the songs in the album. The album starts with a song called Lives, which is a great opener for the album. It has a good build up, even a music video was released along with it. Lyrically, it's about themes of Armenian nationalism, as most System of a Down music is, and it has a very interesting melancholic breakdown, and you're gonna probably hear the word melancholic a lot from me when talking about Daron Malakian, because in my opinion his style of singing, especially in slower parts, is full of melancholy, and you can hear this on this album and you can hear this on even older System of a Down stuff, mainly on Hypnotize and Mesmerize. So melancholic is kinda his tone, and I think it very suits the music. Next song is Angry Guru, which to be honest is a great song, but it's very apparent that it misses Serge's voice in verses. The chorus is very interesting, and I especially like the infantile-esque wordplay with the words angry guru sitting in his own little poo-poo says nobody hates you more than I do, etc, etc. It's very parts of the song are very infantile, and I think it suits the song well. Lyrically, I'm not sure what it's about. I interpret it as somebody talking to his own ego, talking to his own demons in himself. Some entitled, the feeling that makes you feel entitled and better than others, and it makes you hate yourself. So I think it's a monologue slash dialogue with your inner angry guru. Next up is the song Dictator, the title track for the album, and it's a great title track. It talks about not needing a authority figure in regards to politics, and also, in my opinion, in regards to life. And when it comes to the political point of view, there's this line repeated, your politics will never corrupt me, basically shouted like it was some part of a speech of a dictator, which is an illusion, or it at least is a defense by the dictator telling the people, your politics, they are beyond me, I'm better than that, which is some line some authoritarians used to put or to justify dictatorship. Again, there's an amazing breakdown in the song with I guess the dictator figure shouting, once again like I said, your politics will never corrupt me, which is an interesting thing to think about, but no, still not a fan of authoritarianism, of course. And this song is very anti-authoritarian, just to say that, as most System of a Down music is, of course. Next up, Fuck and Kill. Once again, the verses miss Serge a bit, but the song amazingly expresses the primal need, or the feeling of wanting to fuck, of wanting to quote-unquote bust a nut, and wanting to kill, wanting aggression, wanting to punch someone, wanting to hurt someone. This is a very weird duality of feelings, and this duality of feelings, of course, creates sadomasochism, etc. I think this song talks about it really intelligently, and it really gives you that weird feeling that some of us may have felt before. Next up is Guns Are Loaded, which is the first ballad on this album, and the song is generally sad, but it has a heavy-ish refrain or chorus. Once again, vocals, since it's a sad song, are melancholic, like I said, and it somehow turns into a motivational song telling you that, you know, things are ready for you and now it's your turn to do shit. And if you don't do shit, you're fucked. But if you do shit, you might be happy. Or at least that's what I took from the song. Not sure if that's the intended message, but I think it is. Next up, Never Forget, is a very pumping and fast song, and lyrically it's addressed, and at least I think, it's addressed to someone who Daron can never forget, to someone who him somehow very much loves and remembers, yet hates for the things they've done, which some people have speculated it could be directed towards Serge, but of course we have no confirmation about that. Next up is the song Talking Shit, and now that's once again a song that could be very well directed towards Serge, talking about his alienation from the band when they were touring and his animosity towards Daron when they were discussing who's the main person in System of a Down. You can hear Daron's influence much more on Hypnotize and Mesmerize. This is also a bit slower, but it's definitely not a ballad. Now we get to the song Till the End, and this is definitely a ballad, and it's a heartfelt song about friendship. Once again, this could be directed towards Serge in a positive way, but I don't think it's that important that he would direct 3 songs to him. But let me cite a bit from the verse. I'm so happy that you're with me. It just feels good to be free. There's no ego, it's just you and it's just me. There's some people that are crazy, they got demons in their heads. There's some people, they are crazy, they're my friends, etc, etc, etc. And it's really heartfelt, it's about some, true friendship. And yeah, it's really nice. And I really like this song. Next up, We Won't Obey. This song is one of the 3 songs that's straight out of early System of a Down albums. This sounds like straight out of Toxicity. This could be considered the quote-unquote anarchist anthem, basically wanting to not obey the authority. And once again, it's one of those songs that would maybe a bit better suit Serge's vocals. So next up we have Sickening Wars, and the song somehow makes you want to mosh pit and protest against wars. Once again, it's very pumping and it would definitely suit one of the earliest SOAD albums, either the self-titled album or Toxicity, or maybe even steal this album. Next up, the second to last song is an instrumental and it's a cover song. It's called Jimu, which I think is Greek for my son, but of course I don't speak Greek. It's an instrumental based upon Greek song, and some funny footnote, parts of it remind me of Tentative's chorus from Hypnotize, especially like 3 notes being together, and yeah, it's a fun instrumental. And last song on the album is also a cover, and it's a cover of the Canadian band Skinny Puppy, and the song is called Assimilate. And it's possibly the heaviest song on the album, and it's very interesting to hear Daron scream. And it's a thing and him screaming is a thing that he should do more often. So that's the whole album. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I definitely hope, if you by any chance did not listen to the album, that you will give it a try, because it's an interesting thing to listen to. Definitely worth a listen if you're a fan of rock music, if you're a fan of metal music, and especially if you're a fan of System of a Down, especially their 2 later albums, Mesmerize and Hypnotize. Thank you very much for watching this video. This has been Zlat, and goodbye.